All right, so welcome back, guys. I guess, what is this, part 2 of a new series? I guess if there's 2 videos, it becomes a series. So today we're gonna get the slip-in skid unit, my personal fire kit, or fire skid unit, ready to go. Now, if you guys may have remembered a couple weeks back, I didn't get this valve drained out and it cracked. That beautiful brass valve cracked open, and so today we have a brand new Italian-made solid brass ball valve that is just gorgeous, gorgeous. Got it at my local hardware store for $52. I thought that was really a fair price. So we'll swap that out, put some water in it, and hopefully nothing else got broken. I thought I had it all completely drained, but I didn't get that valve drained out. So let's swap this out and get everything ready for the big fire season. There it is. Look at that. The power of hydraulics, the power of ice or water freezing and expanding is just, it's amazing. It can move mountains. I guess it does. So we'll spin this off. So this portion that we're doing right now, I guess this is not a, I don't know if we'd call it a vital part of the fire skid, but I mean, that's what is vital. I guess it's all pretty vital if you need it. But this is where I could put the water in, or, oh no, it's always, you know, always the nipple threads out. Always hoping that that won't happen. So what I can do with this, reason I built it this way, is that I can use this as basically as a pumping station. So what that means is I have put in, you know, various ponds or improved various ponds around different portions of the property, where I can back this thing to and put a hard suction line, that's this green line you see behind me, into the pond and have an infinite supply of water. So I can set this up, you know, as long as I don't run out of gasoline, I can continue to fill up, you know, keep the pump running. I can pump to anywhere on the property and just pump and pump and pump. So if I have this in the back of my truck just by itself, you know, I'm limited to 300 gallons, and that doesn't go very far in a wildland fire. So having it next to a big water supply, well, that is the ticket. We even have a little one of those cheap, like Walmart swimming pools, that if it gets really dangerous, we'll put that up, and that's thousands and thousands of gallons, and we can just drop that hard suction in there, and we can just have plenty of water to defend our homestead. So of course the nipple's stuck in the brass valve. So let's take it over to the vise and we'll pop this out. Hopefully this won't be stuck in there too hard. That is the beauty of brass, because it doesn't corrode, and it's really always usually pretty simple to get anything threaded out of a piece of brass. Let's see if we can. It's gonna give me trouble. Give me trouble. Don't want trouble. Oh, there we go. There we go. I know you guys are gonna want to see some water sprayed, so let's get this filling while we're working on that. It'll be ready for us. So instead of Teflon, we're gonna do we'll do the pipe dope this time. See how that works. Some people say they use both. I don't know, is that necessary or not? At this rate, when I'm just replacing frozen parts all the time, I guess it doesn't really matter. It only has to last a year for me, huh? Okay, so that guy goes on there. And then look at this beautiful valve. Isn't that nice? That's quite a bit higher quality than the other one. This one says it's made here, made in Italy. I like Italy. I haven't been to Italy, but I sure would like to go. It's definitely on my top 5 lists. I think if you get Italian food that's done right, done traditionally with simple, fresh ingredients, I think you can make a pretty good argument that is about the finest food that there is. So I'm going to put it this way, because I had the other valve opening inside, and that always bothered me. I want it to open this way so I can pull it to me when I want to shut it off. So we'll do it reverse. I don't see any reason why not to. These are not directional as far as I know. Don't want to cross thread it here. Well, it's going to give me trouble, isn't it? Let's see, I guess I have to open it a little bit. Is this thing going to give me trouble? No, it's not going to give me trouble. It's just going to work out perfectly here. Then I'll thread, this is a quick attach here that we use, kind of a double cam lock. That works really good for hard suction, because hard suction, you know, it's kind of a pain. You ever try to like roll up like an air hose or something that's got a memory in it? Well, hard suction line, it's certainly got a memory in it. It's rigid, it doesn't twist. So having that so you don't have to spin it. You ever try to, when you're trying to spin that stuff, you just hit those cam locks and it works. This stuff's really stringy. Stringy, I wonder if that's part of its, why it works so good. I'll have to break out the electron microscope and have a close-in look at that. It's interesting, I was listening to NPR today. I listen to NPR because I don't like their politics. I just pretty much assume everything that they say on there, it's opposite to that. But what I do like is they do have some interesting things, and I guess I like not having commercials. But they were interviewing the scientist that was talking about how now that we have the ability, electron microscopes and different things, that we could really drill down and see the tiny things in nature, that they're discovering all sorts of things in the animal and plant kingdom that we're using for industrial applications. For example, he was working on specifically, he's talking about porcupine quills, how that you can't even hardly feel them enter the skin. They're the way that they're designed, but you know, when you try to pull them out, of course, we all know what happens then. So he's trying to understand how this works so he can develop use it for a medical application instead of sutures, you know, which are always prone to infection and there's problems with those. And this way you could like replicate these porcupine quills and with some sort of a biodegradable material, whatever that would be, and use them to close wounds and have much less chance of infection. And that's, you know, directly he's actually using the technology using the I guess the design, the way that God designed the porcupine quill to make this. And there were several different things. He was talking about how Velcro was invented. That he claimed there was a scientist that was out in the field, and of course, you know, those little burrs, something stuck to him. This is really important to have this airtight, because if we have to pull a vacuum to do a draft, if there's any leak, you will not pull the vacuum. It's really aggravating. So this has to be absolutely airtight. But anyway, he was out in the field and one of these little burrs stuck to his woolen trousers, I'm assuming. And he took it back and looked at it with a real high-powered microscope and saw that it was that hook and loop design. Of course, there was loops in the fabric from the pants, and then the burr had the hooks on it, and that's what they claimed was that but that's where it came from. Of course, we all know the men in black hold the patent on that. So we should have enough water in there, and of course, I'm using the excellent Honda WH-20X. That's their biggest high-pressure pump. It's not really a high-pressure pump, you know, according to what we're used to on wildland fires, where we get stuff up to 300 psi or better. This one will only do like 60 or so. But for the homestead, it's a great pump because it's reasonably affordable. It's Honda quality, which is just no better, and it's durable. It's really durable. It's a wonderful little pump for an application like this. There you go. Been sitting for how long? Wonderful. So we'll let this warm up here a minute. Those of you who are super subscribers will know that, remember that I did a patch on this because of course I let that freeze too with JB Weld. I'm not super happy with that patch, and I think I'm either going to have it welded to get a new piece. I checked with Honda, that housing on this silly thing is half the price of the whole pump. $300 for a housing, and I think the pump was not much more than that. But hopefully it will hold. If not, we'll have to take it off again. Okay, so I've got a recirc built into this, so the pump can just recirculate the water into the tank and not to overheat anything or cavitate. So let's see how it goes. course, there we have our answer there, don't we? That was a complete failure. I can't believe it failed that bad. So I guess if we look on the bright side, at least it's good to find this out now before I get it out and need it. It will still pump water, but I'm probably losing about 20 psi. That brings me down to probably around 30, which is not great, but it would do in a pinch around here. The bad thing, or the bad side of it is I just got off the phone with my local Honda dealer, and it's going to take 2 weeks to get that piece, and no one seems to have it in stock anywhere. I gotta have it sooner than that, so I'm not sure what to do about that. I might have to take it off, and I don't have, my welders are not set up to do aluminum. I don't have the capability of doing that. I might try to take it in. It's a tough thing to fix because it's got a threaded plug in the bottom of it, and I just don't know if that's going to be repairable. So yeah, if you work at a Honda dealership and you have one of these on the counter, call me. I'll order it from you. I'll FedEx it out here, but that's a bummer. Let's see if it'll spray some water. We have to at least spray a little bit of water today, and then we'll have to kind of reassess here. There's nothing like the threat of fire to get you motivated to get all of those things done around the house, the homestead that you've been putting off. So Mrs. W and I, we got a lot of stuff done yesterday. We got a lot of our field cut. We got the fire pump kind of going. Just have to fix that crack, but got a lot more of the same today. Prepping and getting the buildings secured, and just making sure that we're as bulletproof or bomb-proof as possible for when one of these things sparks up, because it just could happen at any moment. Again, we're in a red flag warning, so extreme fire danger. And look right there, you can see the real Martian's place. He has a beautiful piece of land over there as well. And off to the northwest, you can see the fire burning. That was early in the morning when it was at 200 acres. I believe now it's probably, if I'm guessing, probably close to 800 to 1,000. I don't know for sure, so I guess that's it. All right, well, I'll bring you along for today's preparations, and we'll just see how it goes. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to click the thumbs up if you enjoyed these videos. We'll be getting back to the bridge as soon as I can. We got other things going on. We had a very special, famous person visit the homestead, and that video will be coming up very, very soon. So look forward to that. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next video.